All right, so we weren't sure if it was 8 or 9, but we're moving along quite efficiently. Well, I don't know if it's efficient or not, but so today, what are we talking about?
I think rule number 2.
Rule number 2: love people. Why do you think we should love people?
Because they are as equal as us, and you should treat them as equal as us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are all. I think the word you used before, we're all humans. None of us is necessarily any better than the other, and I look at it as I think there's no greater purpose than to love and care for other people. So, in accordance kind of with my heroes, Jesus probably being the number one, I had a quote from him. It's in John 13:34. It says, "A new commandment I give you, that you love one another just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another." So we know that Jesus came here, was willing to lay down his life. If we're to love like he does, that's a high calling. You ever heard of a guy named Dostoevsky? He's a writer, novelist. And he has a quote that to love someone means to see him as God intended him. So if we can see in others the image of God, the mark of God, the way that God is in them, helps us love them, even if they're not necessarily lovable, lovely people.
Such as Hitler.
Yes, and we will talk about that, I think. Love people. I thought of some words that kind of come with this concept of loving people. What do you think sympathy means?
Feel pity.
Mm-hmm. Pity, sorrow, sad for someone else's misfortune, to feel sorry for someone. And unfortunately, sympathy is not a bad thing. But many people don't want to be pitied. If something bad happens to them, they don't want people to feel sorry for them.
Why?
Because
Do you think it's embarrassing?
That's a good word. I think there's shame that can come with that. Feelings of guilt, feeling like people look down on you or they perhaps feel better. And it's not necessarily of feeling with the person. It's feeling sorry for the person. That's why there's other words that I really like. Compassion. Any idea on that one?
To love someone.
Mm-hmm. I had thought care, concern for. It's based on a shared feeling or understanding of that person. So when you take the word apart, calm and passion, I think it kind of gets to a sense of not feeling for, but feeling with. Okay. Now, how about empathy? What do you think of that one?
It's basically putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful definition. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. See it, feel it from the other person's perspective. And I wrote down what you just said, walk in their shoes. And I think that gets to the whole issue of, say, consideration for other people, kindness toward other people. So, all right. Very good. Ian. So, should we only love, care for, be nice to people that love us back? What do you think? No. Now, why not?
Because we're all humans.
Mm-hmm.
We should all love each other.
Okay.
Even if they're terrible people.
Mm-hmm. Something Jesus said. Philippians 2, 3, and 4. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit. Be in humility. You know what humility means? Not to be proud or humble.
Oh, I thought it was human.
Yeah, it could be like be human, yeah. But humility, to be humble, count others more significantly or important than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. So it's kind of like,
That was like humanity.
yeah. So it's kind of like, don't be selfish. We're all in this together, which is kind of what you were saying a minute ago about we're all people. We're all humans. All right. And
Should we stop now? It's 5:20.
let me do one more thing. There's a guy called, his name is, I may torture this name. I don't know. He's called Khalil Gibran. Or I think it's Gibran. He wrote a book called The Prophet. And I think it's Arabic poetry and literature. And
Miriam's Arabic.
she is. And he's someone that I really like what he has to say. And I found this interesting, this quote. He says, "And think not that you can direct the course of love.
For love.
For love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course." So we really don't direct love, it directs us. So you know what that means? We are driven by love. We should be driven by love. We hope we're driven by love. All right, we're going to go to number 2, shall we?
Should we? Okay.